I've had a very interesting day today. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I promised myself that I was going to start doing that because it's, from all the things I'm reading, very successful people and very influential people get up early and get shit done, early in the morning rather than wait until later. And I've been doing that successfully. I wasn't doing it before, but I said, I just got to get this done. I do get up at 4 to get to work on time, and that's for somebody else. So how foolish is it to not get up for myself? So that's been going well. But this morning, I ran into a block. The coach that I want, and I want a coach to help me push past my limitations, to push me to the next level. The coach that I want, I'm going to have to save up for, or find, another means to get the money. Because it's a no-nonsense coach, the kind of coach that I want to be, the kind of coach that I am. But I still have all these things. I have kids, and these are not excuses. And if they are, somebody call me on my bullshit. If these are excuses, then okay. But really, it's just, I don't know which way to go at this point. I just wanted some guidance. So I found this podcast, and the coach, it's like a life coach. She's in California, and her program is like $2,000 a month. And I could actually do that if I really hustled. But I asked my guides, like I always do, should I do that? And they said no. And I think the reason is, well, actually I know the reason is because that coach's style, even though I'll be certified as a life coach, which you don't have to be, her style is not as aggressive as I want to be. And so it'd be like I'd be taking something, I might learn a few tips here and there, but I don't need that. I'm an intuitive coach, meaning, yes, tools are good, and I have plenty of tools, but I just hear through people's lives. They call them stories. If you are in any kind of self-help circle and, you've heard their terminology, they're always saying you're telling yourself stories. And it's not stories. It's outright lies that people tell themselves. And let me tell you why today I got so frustrated. I got frustrated because I was trying to find my target market. And that's one of the tips that the coach that I'm listening to on the podcast said to do. And she said to narrow it down to a very tight, target market. So I'm like, okay. I thought I wanted to because I'm a nurse now. And I'm sick and tired of going to the hospital and seeing people who don't care. They really don't care. And I'm not saying that nobody cares, but the level of care is not the level of care that I want to work with. That means I want people to heal from the root, not just come into a hospital, have a surgery, have this procedure done, get these medicines, get this antibiotics. You are sick because fundamentally something is awry. And people don't want to deal with that. Not everyone. Very few people want to deal with that. Very few people want to look their demons in the face, head on, and deal with them. And not see them as demons, but see them as messengers. And I can't work with anyone who wants less than that. Why? Because I'm not a surface level chick. I can't do surface level. I can't do surface level relationships. I can't do surface level anything. And even my last relationship was like a twin flame relationship, which tore my ass up. And that's okay, because now I see every damn thing. But that's not how you want to live your life. You don't want a twin flame. A soulmate, okay. A compatible partner, okay. Twin flame, unless both of y'all are willing to make major adjustments, because this person is going to be just like you. And if you don't like them, that means there's something going on with you. I'm just telling y'all from experience. Some twin flames get along because they've already done work prior to coming together, and they don't have these certain issues. Things that are hidden, that are buried deep, that you can't see. And that's fine. And they can get along. But if you have that hidden shit, that's that mirror. That's why it's a twin. It's a mirror and it's a flame to burn away the bullshit. And it's really that simple. It's not even deep. That's all it is. So unless y'all have done the work, don't fuck around with twin flame. Don't ask for what you don't know. So anyway, with clients that I want to work with, you know, I'm going to have a very small market I'm seeing. And it's only because it is scary facing your demons. But it's something that has to be done at some point. If you don't do it in this lifetime, you're going to do it in another one. And what's crazy is I'm figuring out if somebody actually shows you the light and you don't listen or heed it, you suffer more. So you don't want to give certain information to people who aren't going to do anything with it. And I'm not talking about this surface level bullshit that I've seen in the conscious community. You know, I'm just over so many of these different groups. I started off as a Christian, or what I thought was a Christian. I tried to be a Christian. But when I saw that nobody was really extracting the promises that were in this book, you know, and they said this book is the word of God. I'm like, nobody's doing this. Nobody is coming at a new creature. I wasn't a new creature. I wasn't a different person. I felt the same. There was no real change. So it was really personal. It was not even like pointing fingers and saying, okay, nobody's different. Everybody's doing this or doing that. I didn't see a change in me. So I'm like, what are we doing? You know, the Bible says all these different things about you being, you know, renewed and, you know, you having abundance and joy and all this stuff. And I wasn't seeing it. The camera's out of focus. So I put that on the back burner and I said, you know, God, when you show up and show me, because I'm not seeing it here. This is not happening. This is not working for me. So around 28, 29, I got into like some Hebrew Israelite stuff. They hate women for the majority. Yes, the majority. There's no bones about it. Majority of them hate the feminine, hate women. And it's really them hating the darkness within themselves. It's really them hating that femininity within them. And yes, men and women have male and masculine, male and female. Spirit does not have gender. It's simple shit that's written in like so many holy books, so many. Even the Bible says the Adam, and they were male and female, made he them, and called them Adam. It's sitting right there. It's not hidden or mysterious. It's a male-female combination. And then you go through the generations of Adam. And that is, you know, further division. Sitting right there. And then you can read things like the Kabbalah. All these books that straight up tell you what life is. And then you can look around and see how life really is. And people still miss it. So anyway. Yeah, I did the Hebrew Israelite thing. That didn't work. It's BS. Call it what it is, BS. Then I got into more metaphysical, more Gnostic stuff, which was cool. But I still had to shed all the shame of having a vagina, you know, feeling like I had to be beneath someone in order to be obedient to God, which is not about being above anyone, but it's certainly not about being beneath anybody. And if I'm capable of bringing life to this planet, I damn sure think I deserve some kind of honor. So I went through that and it wasn't bad, but, you know, I still had questions. I still had a lot of bullshit to shed from all this trauma that you go through just by being a woman or being, you know, empathic or being an indigo, you know, being a starseed, being any of these things, you know, being completely misunderstood. You know, you get literally abused, and I have to like heal from all this shit. But what I've healed from thus far is like a beautiful testimony for other people to help them, because I get it. I understand what it feels like to be shunned and outed, and to have this knowing that shit is not supposed to be this way, and to feel like you're crazy because nobody gets that. We don't have to live this way. Life is not this hard. It's just not that difficult. So I went from that, and then finally I found Queen Afua, and she talks about more comedic stuff. She talks about altars, and I had to shed that. I had to shed, you know, thinking that it was idolatry to have an altar. And I finally got over that. And that came through someone who taught me the truth about, you know, the origins of witchcraft and what the word witch means. And that it's not a freaking scary word. And that you need to do your research before you judge things. And run around here afraid of shit that's not scary. That is actually science. Witchcraft, there's different sects of it and divisions. But for the most part, it's practical science. You know, burning a candle has a practical element to it. Burning a particular candle is dealing with color magic and the power of colors, vibration, saying spells. That's the spoken word. Writing things down, that's the written word. That's enchanting. That's calling things forth. These are sciences that are just not being caught up to. And people were killed because they knew innately the nature of the world. And they're still being killed. Maybe not physically, but they're rejected. So now I'm at this point where I'm finding even witchcraft does not interest me. And it's not that witchcraft doesn't interest me. It's more like it doesn't have the same oomph that it used to. It's a good start, but I think I've been there and done that. Now I'm at the point where I want to see real results. And it's not miracles, because this stuff that I'm about to talk about it's not a miracle. It's just life. It's that part, that aspect of you that you don't see. And because you don't see it, you don't utilize it. You don't draw it down, and you don't inject it into the world or project it into the world because you don't see it there. And we have all these lies, not stories, outright fucking lies that we have been told, and we chose to believe either through ignorance or because we're scared. And my heartfelt thing is illness. Every illness comes from some lie you've told yourself or believed. I was on a Facebook page, and it's a Facebook page, I think it's just a crystal group. And I made the false assumption, or just assumed, period, that if you were into crystals, that you got certain things. And I found out I was wrong. I also assumed that if you called yourself a Wiccan, a pagan, a witch, or a magician, that you understood certain things. And I found out that's not necessarily true. There are levels to this shit. There are levels. And everybody, some people are entry level and some people are higher than that. Higher not meaning better. It's just where you are in your mind and what you're accepting. And at this point, I'm not accepting bullshit. I'm not accepting less than. I'm not accepting anything less than the absolute crystal clear, perfect truth. And let me go back to that Facebook page with people, talking about crystals. There was a person that got on there, and they were literally crying. And if you think I'm exaggerating, like the way they wrote it, it was a crying, whining type of thing. And they were like, somebody stole my crystals, off of my patio or deck or whatever. And they were charging them in the moonlight. As soon as I finished reading that, and they went on about how sad they were and how connected they were to the crystals. As soon as I finished reading, I heard, because I'm intuitive, like everybody's intuitive, everybody. But some people just, it comes quicker, they hear more, whatever. I heard he was too connected to the crystals. He was depending too much on the crystals, and that's why they were taken. Oh, okay, makes sense. So I'm like, reading the comments. People are like, oh, karma's a bitch. That person's going to get what they deserve. And then some people said, oh, it could have been raccoons. Some people said it could have been squirrels. Could have been crows. Blah, blah, blah. Then some people were like, send me your email address. I'll send you some crystals. They were like, why do people steal things that don't belong to them? I'm like, you don't get life, do you? You don't get that there are victims and there's villains. And that's how it works. If anything negative happens to you that you don't prefer, that you don't like, you need to sit down and ask yourself, why is this happening to me? This is the reality of life. Life is blissful. Life is perfect. Life gives you what you want, or God gives you what you want. And there is no if God is willing. God is neither willing or unwilling. God just gives you what you put out there. God is not a he or a she or an it. It just is. It's an energy. And you put out there by what you allow to come into your mind, the thoughts and shit that you choose to believe, and you project that into the world, and you just receive as you have sown. That's what reaping what you sow means. If you sow carrots, you're going to get carrots. If you sow overdependence on crystals and not depend upon yourself, then you're going to reap that. Now your guides, your higher self, your angels, whatever you call them. Now I guess this person didn't know about that. But I'm shocked that nobody in the group knew about this. Nobody said but me, and I said it nicely. I'm tired of being nice, though, because nice doesn't get me anywhere when I'm nice and politically correct, and I try to sugarcoat it. Because nobody responded. I think one person liked it. One. Everybody else wanted to go down the fucking negative trail of, oh my, or the victim. I'm a fucking victim. I am sick and tired of fucking victims. You're not a fucking victim. I had the victim mentality, and I'm still fucking coming out of that shit. Do you want to live the rest of your fucking life as a victim? Everybody's doing something to me. Everybody's doing this to me. Nobody likes me. There's danger everywhere. Oh my gosh, look around the corner. Somebody's gonna mug me. Oh my gosh, look over there. The cars are gonna hit me. I'm in danger, fucking danger. It's not, life is not fucking dangerous. You're only getting back what you're fucking putting out there. Period. I'm sick and tired of the victim mentality. Get over it. Stop it. I've been there. I've done that. I have a choice in whom I deal with. I have a choice in who I have around me. I have choices. And so does everyone else on this fucking planet. And it is my hope, my prayer that at least some more people wake the fuck up to that reality. You're not a victim. Nobody stole your crystals because there's just mean, evil people in the world. No, there's got to be some mean, evil people in the world to get you in line, to wake you the fuck up sometimes. So that person who was crying about their crystal should have been thanking that person, saying, thank you for taking my crutch away so I could walk on my own 2 fucking feet. Otherwise, I'd probably be walking with these crutches for the rest of my life. But guess what? They didn't get that lesson. Why? Because they have all these fucking enablers in the crystal group telling them, oh, you poor baby. Let's cry together. I'll send you more crystals. No. You need somebody to tell you that your fucking crystals got taken away from you because you think the crystals are power. Do crystals have an energy of their own? Yes, they do. I'm a crystal healer. I love crystals. I got some crystals right here beside me. I got an organized pyramid right here beside me. But are these crystals more powerful than me? Fuck no. People have grown so dependent upon the shit they can see. They'll put this on some tiger's eye and say, this gives me courage. No, it doesn't. You give you courage. Shit comes from within. If you need support because a lot of fucked up shit happened to you, so be it. I'm not going to deny anybody's support. I'm not going to deny anyone to feel better, because one of my biggest things with crystal therapy is I want you to feel better, because once you feel better, you can do better. It's very hard to tell someone, okay, you're depressed. Let's fucking stop being depressed. And your child just died or something. I get it. But if I told you that me giving you a healing session is going to heal you, I'm going to stop calling it that. I'd be lying to you. That's not how it works. It's a support. When somebody gives you crutches, they don't intend for you to use the crutches for the rest of your fucking life. I hope not. They intend for you to use them until your bone is healed, or whatever, a sprain or whatever is strengthened again. And you do things to strengthen it, and then you fucking put the crutches up. So why am I so irritated? Because I see this happening all the time and it does not stop. And then people come by and they start joining your little pity party. What the hell is that? So, somebody took your shit and now we're going to come along and say how bad that person was that did it. When in reality, like I said, you should be thanking them because they took your crutch away so you could walk on your own 2 feet, and you're crying and you got a bunch of people joining the party to encourage you. I'm like, well, fuck, which one feels better, to be a victim or to be a victor? That goes for things across the board. I work in the hospital day in and day out. I have diabetes. Woe is me. I'm like, okay, what joy has been taken from you in your life? Deal with that. Look into that. Face it. That's why your pancreas isn't working. Joy. In very, very general terms, that's what diabetes is about. Lack of joy. Joy, you don't feel any happiness or joy about life. Yeah, you might be living, but are you thriving? Oh, I have migraine headaches. Well, what messages from spirit are you not listening to? What are you not, your third eye? You're not paying attention to what you're seeing? Oh, give me a pill. Okay, I can give you a pill, but are you going to deal with your shit? The pill further puts you in an acidic state, further throws you out of balance. The shit is going to pop up somewhere else. Next thing you know, you got some kind of brain tumor or something. Or you're going blind. You can't run. And you can't hide from yourself. You got to start thinking of yourself and knowing that you are a spiritual being primarily. That is the root. And if you have any illness in your body, if you have any relationship difficulties, I'm not saying you have to get along with everyone and that means that you've won, because I used to think that, oh, if I get along with everyone, then I've won. No, everybody's not for you. If you meet somebody at a certain level of consciousness and your consciousness rises, unless that person decides to go with you, they're not going to work. I had to learn that on my own. I wish people would not have to keep doing this. We got to start understanding that life is not hard. It is our thoughts that are fucked up. And we got to stop relying upon, I see people all the time with the head wrap. And they got the outfit on. They look conscious. Or they got the hippie look. Not that everybody looks hippie doesn't understand life. But I see people and I hear them talk. Or I can just look at your life. And I'm like, no, you don't get it. And without someone saying it, you would never know. Because we are God. There's nothing out there that's going to descend upon us and tell us anything. And you don't have to do shit. You don't have to do anything. You can continue to live a facade. You continue to live a life that is not actualized. You can continue to live beneath, your greatness. You can continue to do that. I just don't want to have nothing to do with it. I can't do it. I can't sit and watch. I can't pat you on your back and say, whoa, woo, woo, woo. I'm not the one. I've gone back and forth between, oh, I need to be politically correct. Oh, I need to be nice. Oh, I'll offend people. I don't fucking care anymore. I don't care. I'm not even as loud because my kids, I don't want them to hear me yelling. I'm like, what's wrong, mama? I probably shouldn't care about that either. But it is very quickly leaving me to give a fuck. Who cares? If you're fucking up, you need that person to tell you you are fucking up. You're blind and you're not seeing it. You don't need people to pat you on the back and tell you, oh, you poor baby. You're not a baby. You're an adult and you should grow the fuck up. So no more crying over stolen crystals. I'm going to start asking, why did this happen? Hell, they told me. This God came and told me. Where else would I get that shit? Depending on the crystals. Crystals don't save you. Jesus doesn't save you. Buddha doesn't save you. Black Jesus doesn't save you. Any of these metaphysical gurus that we all worship and, one of them dies and everybody's like, they don't save you. You are your inner guru. Meet your inner guru, your inner guide, your inner inspiration. Meet them. Meet yourself. Stop running to everyone else but you. The first consultant, the first one that should be asked, what should I do, is you. Not everybody else. You already got all the answers. Other people are support. Other people that enrich things and make life, nice, good, enjoyable. They're not there to hold you up. Yes, we go to people for comfort. Yes, we go to people, but you damn sure don't go to people who are going to poo-poo you. They don't have to be mean about it all the time. But if you're being fucking blind, then yes, they need to be a little mean. I'm sick and tired of people with the politically correct bullshit where you have to be nice and you have to say things to where you don't offend people. You can't be rude about somebody's religion. If your religion is not fucking getting results for you, then I say fuck that religion. Fuck that spiritual system. Fuck that shit. The universe is mental. That's not in a religion. That's just in a wise book. It's all in your mind. So if it's all in your mind, this crystal's not a fucking mind. This is not your mind. This is not what protects you. Yes, it has an influence. Yes, it has its place. But if you start to believe that this crystal or the herbs or even the naturopathic physician is your savior, you're lying. You're lying to yourself. You're being lied to and you're accepting it. Therefore, it's now becoming your responsibility. Now you're lying to yourself. These are not your saviors. Once you understand who the savior is, then you'll be saved. And when I say saved, saved from whatever. If you have some kind of ailment, disease, if you get colds all the damn time, you got to learn why. You got to figure out why. I want to work with people. I want to, be of service. It's something I have to do. I have to do it because it's one of those soul desires. My soul desires it. For us to up level. For us to understand our true power. For us to stop running around here as conscious people. I thought I'm in all these black conscious groups and they're still talking about freaking STDs. You don't catch STDs. If you want to say anything, you develop it. And to develop, it has to come from within. Get some books. And see, because people are so stuck on this race bullshit. I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of hearing about races. Spirit don't have a fucking race. And I don't want to hear it anymore. And because we're stuck on that, we don't listen to the people who have the heart and who actually are doing excellent research that would free you. Because, you want to talk about being the original man, the original woman. Well, I need you to do some original shit then. And if you're not doing original shit, then shut up. Original people would know that everybody has the same genome. We all have the same fucking genes. They are cut on and cut off, activated, deactivated by our thoughts, our environment. And there's now scientific evidence of that. But because we're stuck on race, we don't want to pick up those books. We don't want to listen to those lectures. We want to keep listening to the ones who are stuck on giving us theories, but no real action. And I'm over it. Fucking over it. Bruce Lipton. That's a name drop. Bruce Lipton. Pick up the book, Biology of Belief. There's science there. But because it's a white scientist, before that he's referencing, and he's a white, I've heard people, they don't want to hear that. Okay. Continue to suffer. What they say is the truth. It's the absolute truth. And because of pride and because you think that we're all divided and you actually think that spirit has a fucking color or race, you ignore these things. You know, all the stuff that I've suspected, it has scientific backing. Like, wow, this is deep. So instead of fighting and raging against other people, collaborate, work with them. They got answers. And they'll save your fucking life. You know, I'm just saying, if you're talking about your original man, original woman, you're conscious, and you're still talking about wrapping it up with a condom and putting rubber in between you, and that's an energetic exchange, and you actually believe that you can catch something like that, you're not conscious. You're conscious of what you're conscious of, which consciousness means awareness. You're aware of what you're aware of, but are you aware of the truth? No. If you actually think that you can catch an STD or that you catch a cold, no, your body is in a susceptible state to have a cold. If you think every time your nose runs that you need to go stop it up, you're not conscious, which most conscious people don't do. They take herbs and stuff. Yeah, I get it. But I'm telling you, level up on your information, level up on your knowing, and stop thinking that, you know, your skin color is gonna save you, because it's not. What you know and what you apply is what's gonna save you, or what's going to free you. You don't have to wait for anybody to be destroyed. Energy cannot be destroyed. I don't know what people think. All white people gonna disappear. And I'm talking from my experiences in these different groups. All kinds of different people thinking that certain things are going to happen. I'm sick and tired of reasoning. I'm sick and tired of talking. I want action. You're listening to a woman who has healed herself of so many things and who accepts nothing but perfection and is clearing out things to be perfected. And perfect in the way that you get what you want. Life is not hard. Life is not here to destroy you. There are no germs out here stalking you and trying to make you sick. And see one more time, do you not understand? If you keep agreeing with shit, that's what's going to manifest in your reality. There are other realities to be in. Why do we talk about the damn Michigan water crisis? Do you know there are so many ways to clean water? Bentonite clay. Instead of, you hear what I just said? Bentonite clay, shungite crystals, purifies water. Instead, energy goes where attention flows, or energy flows where attention goes. Let's say it either way. Why in the hell do we post shit over and over again and bitch and moan and complain? Now you think the government's your savior. Say stupid shit like, oh, there's a special place in hell for this government. Hell ain't, no, they're not in hell. You're in hell. You're the one who has nasty ass water, not them. So since hell is a place you create in your mind, and then it manifests out here in the tangible realm, you're the one who's in fucking hell. You're in a special place that you created for your damn self, not them. They're fine. They're laughing, I guess. I don't know what they're doing. I don't care. There are ways. You know, people are bitching and moaning about flu shots. Again, bentonite clay, juice fast, and chlorella or spirulina. And what's the other one? Cilantro. And kombucha. Everything I just said, flu shot ain't shit. So if you gotta take one for whatever, fuck it, do it. You know, I used to be that way. I used to be like, oh my God, they're gonna kill us all. And then the spirit just said, what the fuck? Do you not believe that you're protected? Do you not believe that? Do you not know about alchemy? You can change and flip anything. Everything's made out of the same fucking elements. There's only so many elements on the periodic table. And that's what everything's fucking made out of. In different states. And then there's states, beyond that. But here on this planet, that's what it is. In this realm. In this plane. So go out and find the things that counterbalance those things. If you do simple oh my gosh, just simple chemistry will teach you so much. Instead of focusing on who should do this for you and who should do that for you and who should fix this and worrying about who did this and who did that and who, oh my gosh, they oppressed us and all this shit. Who fucking cares? They don't care. I always say this about, them talking about, what is it, the Oscars or whatever the award show is. I only see this stuff because of Facebook, and I'm sick of it. They're boycotting it, and then, they say they don't want us in their clubs, and they don't recognize us. Who fucking cares? That's their fucking club. A club, by design, means they get to pick and choose who comes in. They get to say, we want this type of person and we don't want this type of person. They have that fucking right. And guess what, boo-boo? You do too. You can do the same damn thing. Create your own shit. But yet I still see they want to post, repost, share, talk about it, debate it, reason about it. Oh my God, stop. Stop. It's boring. It's like, it makes me yawn. I'm like, really? We're still on this. We're still on this. Have you not figured it out yet? They don't care. They don't have to care. And they're not going to. Why? What benefit would it give them? What benefit is it to them to give a fuck about that? About your feelings? You don't want to say they're monsters and they fed your babies to crocodiles. They're monsters. They don't fucking care. That's if that's even true for all of them. Last time I checked, we're all mixed. So the ones that actually did some shit, deal with it how you want to. If you feel like lashing out and doing things, that's fine. But I find that it is more effective to create what you want and to say, fuck what I don't want. Throw all your energy in what you want to create. Learn universal laws and create your own realm of existence that's outside of theirs. Y'all are so busy focused on what people are doing that you don't like that you don't have time to put you don't have any energy left to put it into creating what you do like. Who cares? Ask yourself, why do I care? If you're with somebody who's fucking getting on your nerves, you go to them and say, look, hey, the shit you're doing, first ask yourself, are you contributing to it? That's fine. Is there something in me? Because I do that. People pop up and say dumb shit. I say, okay, you're a figment of my imagination. Okay. All right. You said something to me that I don't really want to hear. Let me see if there's a part of me that actually agrees with that. Okay. Look, part of me that is leaving, that aspect of me. Somebody come up with my parents. Let me give you an exact example. I'm on the beach. I'm trying to, talk about some empowerment, trying to encourage people. And this fool gonna come on my Periscope talking about, oh, you talking about all this empowerment, but you on the beach by yourself. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't go to the beach by myself. That means I'm not empowered because I'm at the beach by myself. You're an idiot. Block. But then you know what I said? Okay, after the scope, I was like, let me ask myself, is there a part of me that believes I'm a fraud? Or thinks that I'm not good enough because I'm on the beach by myself? I'm like, maybe. That's something old that's leaving me. Thank you for reflecting that to me. Delete. I know what I'm about my day. And yes, it still popped up in my head every once in a while. But that's how the process works. Oh, I'm glad I said that because that reminds me of the other thing I wanted to say. If you do get a crystal healing, if you do start taking herbs, if you do start going to a naturopathic physician, if you do start having therapy or whatever it is to get you over your issues that you might have, it don't stop. You have to daily consult yourself. your guides, your higher self, whatever, your angels, whatever you call them, your ancestors, daily. It does not stop. And if you're not getting the results that you want, you're not doing something right. And you need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what the fuck that is. You don't just say, oh, well, it ain't this, it ain't that. No. You keep working on that shit until it manifests. It's that simple. I don't put up with that shit no more. I told you my car was acting up. I said, nah, fuck this shit. The car gonna work. And I asked and I got an answer. It's been working ever since. I don't deal with that. You know, inanimate objects or whatever you call, I don't really think of them as totally inanimate. They're a little less, they have a lesser consciousness than we are, but just to call them inanimate just kind of dismiss them. Everything's energy. So if everything's energy, they can all be affected. I'll Reiki my damn engine. Reiki the car. You know, you don't have to accept things. Today my car started acting like it didn't. I hadn't Reiki'd it. I said every time I get in my car, I'm going to Reiki it. I'm probably going to need to change that because now it's going to be required of me to Reiki my car every time I get in and for it to act right. And I Reiki it. It's going to crank up when I crank it up next after I Reiki it, and it did. You don't know the power you have. It's right there in your hands. It's right there within you. And yet people throw their hands up and say, there's nothing I can do and it's God's will. Honey, if it's the God that you serve's will for you to be broken down somewhere in the middle of nowhere, or you trying to get home and eat and you hungry and your God can't manifest for you to get the fuck out of there, you need to get another God. Period. And if you ain't calling it God no more, you're calling it Allah. Or if you're calling your ancestors need to get on their job. If that's who you're dealing with and you still struggling and they can't manifest shit for you, find another one. I guarantee you, I don't put up with that shit. If you're on my team and you're not making it happen, you get kicked out. I don't care who you are. Spirit, flesh, whatever. Bye. That's the attitude you gotta have. It's sad. People just defeated. They get an illness and they just take it. Oh, my body's just breaking down. Okay, because you've been saying that your whole life. You've been believing it your whole life. So when it comes, around age 40, 50, 60, yeah, your body starts breaking down because you programmed your fucking cells to do that. Stop saying that shit. Stop saying, I wish I had. Wish is weak. Let me show you something. You see that? Turn I wish into I will. I will is powerful. I am is even powerfuler. Even more powerful. This not no fucking genie. I wish. I wish what? Wish, wishy-washy. No, I don't like that word. Stop using that shit. What do you get that you wish for? How many of those wishes came true? I'm just saying. I am available for chakra, Reiki, herbal support, coaching, all of that. Why? Because I want people to do better. And it breaks my heart. I'm too empathic for this shit. I can't keep running around here feeling and having to be cold sometimes where I have to just cut shit off. Be like, nope, I can't even deal with this. Because you're lying to yourself. Or you're speaking words of lack. It just makes me be like, I can't, Unless you're walking in your godlike power. I'm not saying you got to do it tomorrow. You got to just spring forth fully. I still got work to do. But damn it, you should at least be at the door telling me, let me into this goddesshood, this godhood. Elishaba, space.nicola@gmail.com. Or I'm on Facebook, Elisheba, ELISHEBA, space Nicola, NICOLA, on Facebook. And Elisheba on Gmail is with the A. ALISHEBA, NICOLA@gmail.com. That is my passion, to coach people, but this is my new policy. I'm not doing any more crystal healings without coaching attached to it. Why? Because people don't get the benefit. They think that they can have a few crystals laid on them, do some Reiki, and go on. I just had Reiki and reflexology today, but I know that's not the primary thing. That takes care of the physical. That doesn't take care of the mind. My thoughts have been changed. I'm constantly purging thoughts at this point because so much bullshit has been put in there by society, by parents, by, going to school, by just people who don't know who they are in general. And I'm purge. That's why you have to take time to yourself and just, This is the kind of coach I am. No bullshit, no excuses, none of that. Email me, Facebook, if you want results, if you want things to stop. I don't do band-aids, because half people have gushing wounds with blood oozing out of them. They're putting band-aids on it. It doesn't work. Healing from mental anxiety, healing from headaches and dizziness are such a simple fix if you would just deal with it. When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, then you do what you have to do to change. I got sick and tired. I'm just over it. Peace.